You're applying to jobs at the exact worst time of the week, and it's quietly burying your resume before a human ever sees it. Here's the part nobody tells you. Two identical candidates can send the exact same resume for the exact same job. One hits submit Friday at 5 p.m. The other waits until Tuesday morning. And the Tuesday applicant is roughly 3 times more likely to get a callback. Same skills. Same experience. Same words. The only difference is a clock. And once you understand why, you'll never fire off a late Friday application again. Let's start with what actually happens to your resume after you click apply. Because most people imagine a recruiter sitting there, refreshing their inbox, waiting for your masterpiece to arrive. That's not remotely how it works. Your application lands in a queue. A big, growing pile inside an applicant tracking system. And that pile is reviewed in bursts, not continuously, during very specific windows of the recruiter's week. Recruiters are humans with calendars. Their week has a rhythm. And that rhythm decides whether your resume gets a fresh, focused look or a tired, glazed-over skim. So let's walk through the recruiter's actual week, hour by hour, and find the golden windows where your application gets the most attention. Monday morning is chaos. The recruiter walks into a weekend's worth of emails, back-to-back kickoff meetings, and hiring managers pinging them about open roles. New applications? They pile up untouched. Monday is survival mode. Then comes Tuesday. And Tuesday morning is the sweet spot. The Monday fires are out. The calendar opens up. This is when recruiters sit down and actually work their candidate pipeline, sourcing, screening, and reviewing fresh applications. Data from job platforms consistently shows the same pattern. Applications submitted Tuesday through Thursday morning get opened faster and moved forward more often. Tuesday is the peak day recruiters review and respond. Here's why timing your submission matters so much. In most tracking systems, the newest applications sit right at the top of the list. Recruiters review from the top down. Being recent means being seen first, while attention is highest. So if you apply Tuesday at 8 a.m., you're near the top of the stack exactly when a recruiter opens it to do their morning review. Your resume gets a fresh set of eyes and a full attention span. Now let's talk about the trap. The 5 p.m. Friday application. Friday afternoon is when people are mentally checking out. The recruiter is wrapping up, closing loops, and thinking about the weekend. Nobody starts a serious resume review at 4:45 on a Friday. So your application doesn't get reviewed Friday. It sits. It sits all weekend. And here's the killer part, it keeps sitting while dozens of new applications pile on top of it. By Monday morning, your Friday night application is buried under a weekend avalanche. When the recruiter finally reviews on Tuesday, you're no longer near the top. You're page 3. And page 3 is where resumes go to die. Think about it from the recruiter's side. They're not going to read all 400 applications. They read until they find enough good candidates to fill the interview slots. Once they hit that number, they stop. If you're buried below the cutoff, your resume is never even opened. This is the brutal truth about job applications. It's not just quality versus quality. It's quality plus position in the queue. A great resume nobody opens loses to a good resume that shows up first. Let me give you a concrete example. Imagine a role posted Thursday afternoon. By Friday night, maybe 40 people have applied. By Monday morning, it's 150. By Wednesday, it's over 300. If you applied Tuesday morning, you were candidate number, say, 180, but you landed right when the recruiter started their focused review. Fresh, near the top, full attention. That's the 3-to-1 edge in plain sight. But there's a second layer most people miss. Speed of applying after a job is posted matters just as much as the day. Studies of hiring data show that applying within the first few days of a posting dramatically increases your odds, because early applicants get reviewed while the role is still fresh and urgent. Wait a week, and the shortlist is often already forming. So the ideal combo is this. Set up job alerts so you learn about roles the moment they're posted. Then submit your polished application on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday morning, ideally between 6 and 10 a.m. in the company's time zone. For remote and tech roles, that time zone detail is huge. If the company is on the West Coast and you apply at 8 a.m. your time on the East Coast, that's 5 a.m. for them, you'll be sitting at the top of the pile when their workday begins. And here's what to do with the rest of your week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday aren't for applying, they're for preparing. Tailor your resume. Research the company. Write the application. Get it queued up and ready. Then Tuesday morning, you hit submit while it's fresh and you're near the front of the line. You've turned the weekend from dead time into prep time, and you've stopped throwing applications into the Friday void. One caveat, so you don't overthink this. Timing is a tiebreaker, not a magic wand. A perfectly timed week resume still loses. But when you've done the work, a strong, tailored resume, timing is the free multiplier that gets it actually seen. Because that's the real lesson here. Getting hired isn't only about being the best candidate. It's about being the best candidate the recruiter actually looks at. And when you show up decides whether they look at all. So stop applying at 5 p.m. on Friday. Stop feeding your best work into a weekend pileup. Prep on the weekend, launch on Tuesday morning, and let the clock finally work in your favor.